I welcome the Young Turks special election coverage. Are you crazy? It's the midterm elections. And this time, Republicans brace for impact. When normal media organizations say, now we don't care who you vote for, Republican or Democrat. We do. Do not vote for Republicans. We have all of the different sites that have made predictions for today. Let me start with the House. Sabato has it at 34. Real Clear Politics is the lowest at 27. CNN has it at 32.
I'm gonna go strong. I'm gonna go 45.
Wow, God bless your heart. So my original prediction, however many months ago, was 250 for the Democrats. That'd be 55. That's actually on the board tonight.
One woman in Texas hauled her oxygen machine along with her, and she opened up her coat and she had a Beto t-shirt underneath, like 77-year-old woman in a wheelchair with her oxygen. And he was like, why does Beto mean so much? And she said, because he's everything Trump isn't.
Because he represents everything that Donald Trump isn't.
Represents everything.
Here's the ad we put together in this particular race in Texas against Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz 2018, pathetic. Oh, by the way, you might be wondering, wait, isn't the Young Turks a company? Are companies allowed to do that? Yes. You know why? Citizens United. So in Georgia, we've got a very, very important governor's race, Stacey Abrams versus Brian Kemp. And here's what the robocall that went into Georgia said. Watch.
This is the magical Negro, Oprah Winfrey. Years ago, the Jews who owned the American media saw something in me, the ability to trick dumb white women into thinking I was like them. Where others see a poor man's Aunt Jemima, I see someone white women can be tricked into voting for, especially the fat ones. And so I promise that every single person who votes for Stacey Abrams, you're going to get a new car. So you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. Everybody gets a car.
Okay, no, but I wanted to share with you guys that Oprah responded. So let's watch her response.
I just want to say, Jesus don't like ugly. Tomorrow, show up and show out and vote.
And so we're going to find out later tonight if the force of darkness, in the case of the dark web and the racist win, or if enough people said, not on our watch. So tyt.com/join to become a member and build a home of progressives.
1% of the districts reporting in Indiana. Joe Donnelly's only down by 25 points.
Oh boy. Okay.
Whatever, it's 1%.
No, it doesn't mean anything.
First results in Texas, the Senate race. Ted Cruz is up by 7 points.
Okay, I get this. That's okay. It's less than 1%.
Marsha Blackburn is clinging to a 48-point lead over Bill Bredesen, but again, just 6,300 votes to 2,100 votes.
Okay, that's nothing at all. Well, right now it looks like a wave, but not as strong as I would have loved.
Massachusetts gubernatorial race has been called for Charlie Baker.
Where Massachusetts keeps sending these Mitt Romney, Bill Weld, Charlie Baker characters to the State House.
Drives me crazy.
The Northeast does that.
Thank you, suckers of Massachusetts, for the first time tonight. I get a little sense of like, oh, God damn it, is the wave not out there?
Republican Denver Riggleman leading Leslie Cockburn 56-44 with 71% reporting. And again, what we'd said.
Wow, really?
Dave Bratt leading. That would suggest again, not a smaller wave than perhaps some that don't.
No, that's bad news. Is there a hidden wave, right? Is there unlikely voters that are going to show up for Democrats? Well, now based on that news, it looks like that is not happening so far.
And here's our first piece of unquestioned bad news. Denver Riggleman has won the 5th district in Virginia.
Yep.
And I'm gonna keep going with bad news. The real time, remember, the control of the House was 7 and 8, about 87%, according to Nate's over 538. It's now down to 54%.
Oh, Jesus Christ, here we go again.
Hold on, right, here we go again. Nonetheless, it has moved, and we remember in 2016 when it moved, it never stopped
that needle
moving. Yeah, that needle continued. Yeah.
The Florida Senate race is just so close.
Okay, so don't do that, man. You're gonna give me a heart attack. Like, if DeSantis holds on,
it's a disaster.
Yeah, that's not a small thing. Gillum had a 5-point lead in the combination of polls, so that means that their base again showed up more than our base did. God damn it, don't do that.
The hope that the Republicans will be dealt a terrible blow in the 6th district of Kentucky has not happened.
Damn it.
Andy Barr has been projected the winner over Amy McGrath.
Nah, the wave is there. I mean, she closed 12 points.
Yeah, she closed.
That's a little.
You could argue, she goes 12.
That's momentum. I don't know if that's even qualifies as a wave.
Larry Hogan has defeated Ben Jealous in the Maryland governor's race.
There. All right. So congratulations, Northeast. You've just littered the landscape with Republican governors. Nice job getting tricked into voting for a Republican, knuckleheads.
Did we already mention that Joe Donnelly lost?
No.
Actually.
I was just about to go back then, yeah. So we're heading towards a B right now for the Democrats. And, you know, whether it's a B- or a B+, we'll see. Donnelly is a loser. I'm not at all surprised he lost.
Right now at 538, they predict 25-seat gain for the Democrats right now. But again,
Jesus Christ.
which is enough, but
barely enough.
Just barely
enough.
Just barely. Lunatic Marsha Blackburn is going to go to the United States Senate in Tennessee.
I got some more bad news like that.
So Ben, finish the thought real quick.
Yeah, just that I don't like anything I see in Florida. Ron DeSantis leading by 1.2 points, 94% of the precincts reporting. It's going to get closer, but
now that's significant trouble.
Now we're running out of time.
So North Dakota has been called, and Hyde Camp was not a good day for her.
How bad was the loss?
Bringing it up, she lost. Oh my God! So with 69% reporting, Kevin Kramer has 58.1% of the vote to Heidi Heitkamp's 41.9.
17.
Bill Nelson is down. It's 50-50. He's down by 60,000 votes out of 8 million.
Wow.
Damn it, that's not close enough. Okay.
I mean, there's still. It's Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach.
They're not going to win.
The Hill is reporting that Duncan Hunter has won his California House race. I mean, unbelievable. He's indicted for misusing a $250,000 of campaign funds. Like, he bought tactical pants with that.
So an ideal candidate versus about as bad a candidate as you have. And the 50th district said, we don't care. Duncan Hunter Jr. hates the same people we hate. That's it. We're done with it. Omar Cabanacharo, his father was Palestinian, his mom is Mexican. They're like, I think we've heard enough. And I think that's what happened there. Ben, so Florida is not called. It's called now. Finally called.
Ron DeSantis has won. He's the governor of Florida. It's great. Big win for Donald Trump. We should all feel really good.
Oh, boy.
Currently, Heller is up 50% of the vote to Rosen's 46%.
Jesus,
17%.
Can we buy a victory in the Senate? And the answer is apparently no. Can the Republicans buy a victory in the Senate? Apparently, yes. They bought a lot of them. Yeah. Man, it's... So let's just be absolutely clear. We're calling it, and anybody that can do math is calling it, the Republicans will retain the Senate. It's over.
So Trump supporters are so obsessed with us that they have launched a campaign to downvote our live stream. Look, they do this to specifically game YouTube's algorithm. It's pathetic. If you're watching the live stream, you're a TYT fan, you're a progressive, just give us a quick like.
Yeah,
let's kick their butts.
More important than that, share it.
Yeah, share it.
Okay, share the stream. We're overshadow everything else on the progressive online video space. It's not even close. We overshadow everything in the conservative online video space. But in Washington, among the Democrats, they don't get it. At least the Republicans and the Trump trolls, they understand our power. Why do you think that young people had a margin of 37 points in favor of Democrats this time around? We are the bulwark for progressives in media. But the Democrats, of course, don't understand. But that's okay, because the next 2 years will be another war. And this time it'll be against the establishment Democrats. The Trump guys online, at least I want to congratulate you on this. You figured out who your real enemy is.
Exactly.
Yes, it's us. It's us, okay? We are home of progressives.
Already 16,000 likes, 15,000 dislikes. All it took was just one mention. TYT Army always comes correct.
So since Anna told you to share the stream and like the stream, now a lot more people are watching. Okay, thank you, Trump trolls.
It's a worldwide.
So, earlier in the night, we had a fun Trump supporter troll attack online where they tried to downvote our YouTube video.
Give them to me.
And our army beat that back, and the likes and the shares that they created actually wound up getting us to a bigger audience, not a smaller audience. So that's wonderfully done. The MAGA guys, and there's the Republicans and the trolls and all that, and that's a lot of battling. Trust me, over the next 2 years, you're also going to have the establishment Democrats that are going to come for us. I want you to know something about Allison, too. So she ran for California Senate, got 100,000 votes in California, by the way, which is amazing, okay?
I ran for U.S. Senate just this last year as a Justice Democrat.
Well, you probably, if you're a Democrat running in New York, you probably don't need Hillary Clinton. So
anywhere you would need her, you wouldn't want her.
Hillary Clinton had this election.
I'm sorry, but it's true. I don't mean to be offensive.
Right,
it's true.
No, but Hillary,
politically. Sorry. Look, I feel bad for you. You're now hopefully irrelevant and you're in the woods. But if I'm trying to win, I don't want someone who's at 36% campaigning for me. It's just elementary politics. Bredesen.
I said Bredesen, you say Bredesen. Doesn't matter, we'll never be calling his name again. She's up 25 points with 18% reporting.
Bredesen is the guy who jumped out and said, remember, I'm like the Republicans too. I want Kavanaugh.
Yeah, I would.
How did that turn out for you, idiot? Look, a lot of the voters never got the message that Republicans are the bad guys. Why didn't they get that message? Because the Democrats are pussycats.
They don't like to deliver.
Hey, idiots! The Republican voters that vote for DeSantis, who called Gillum a monkey, aren't gonna vote for you! Wake up, they're not gonna vote for you! And you know, the only way that you can get independence is if you run against corruption. This should have been a blowout. Now look, they're probably gonna hang on and barely win the House, but it should have been gigantic. But in the Senate, they loss after loss, running corporate Democrat after corporate Democrat with a pro-corruption instead of anti-corruption message. The Democratic Party is really bad at this. They're really bad at politics. Why? They get paid to lose. They gotta get out of the way. You run like a progressive, you win like a progressive. You run like a loser like Joe Donnelly, you lose like a loser. Just King, uncorrupted, Justice Democrat, no corporate PAC money, strong progressive, and all of a sudden it's a race. Will you look at that?
Unfortunately, Smucker did end up winning 59-41 against Just King.
Oh, okay, then that wasn't that close. Okay.
Ron Estes has triumphed over James Thompson.
Oh, I didn't know it was gonna be that bad. James Thompson was a real fighter, a real progressive. And you gotta call it what it is, right?
Randy Bryce comes up short in bid for Paul Ryan's old House seat.
Okay, that's bad news.
That's bad news, yeah.
I can't believe that. Randy Bryce ran a good campaign, strong campaign, so call it like it is. And that was, I thought that was a winnable seat.
Super fast mention in Washington, Sarah Smith, who I know you've interviewed, when she was Daenerys Targaryen actually for Halloween. And she was on my show as well. She has unfortunately lost to the other Smith, the incumbent, in that race.
Was it close or no?
I believe it was 70-30. So it was a difficult one. But if we could,
she was a great fighder. Bless her heart.
Yeah, she's awesome. And by the way, Sarah Smith, a gamer, and we need more gamers in government.
Nice.
Unfortunately, not in that case. How did we let him get away? Get me out of this crazy thing. Audrey Denny unfortunately lost 44-56. The incumbent Republican with 56.
See if there was a giant wave that you could make up that 12 points, but not on a night like this. It was a primary night. And a bunch of Just Democrats had lost earlier in the night, so we were a little down. And at the very end of the night, right before we called it, because it was a late night, she went up for the first time and ended it. So don't count out Cara. She ran as a strong progressive, as a Just Democrat, uncorrupted, and she's made it close. So let's see if what happens at the end there.
So in West Virginia's 3rd congressional district, it has been called, unfortunately, and Richard Ojeda, who was one of the most interesting standout candidates from this entire cycle, did end up losing to Carol Miller. It was 56.4 to Richard Ojeda's 43.6. Yeah.
So look, 13 points, unfortunately, is not that close.
The Riggleman-Coburn race, his lead is smaller. It is 7 points.
Damn it, he's gonna win.
He's gonna win.
So she is a solid progressive. She ran a really strong campaign.
Trump won by 11.
So Trump won by 11, he's only winning by 7. Okay, you could take some solace in that, but not much. We were right and you were wrong. Okay, but you will never ever admit that because you get paid to be wrong.
Scott Taylor has taken the lead from Elaine Luria in Virginia.
Damn it.
In the 2nd District in Virginia.
Dianne Feinstein is being called as the winner.
No, look, throughout the night I've told you when I was right and when I was wrong. Man, I was right about that race. I was terribly wrong and terribly right. What I was right about is Dianne Feinstein was so vulnerable. Like, if the media covered it at all and you had an aggressive candidate against her, she definitely would have lost. She was waiting to lose. She's just sitting there. It just, like, she was so conservative. They didn't want her. All you had to do was just push her over with a feather. You kiss her ass day in and day out. That's what you do if you're in the California press. It's just own it, okay? I know you're obsessed with money. Money. Money's so important. Allison had more small dollar donations than everybody else, I think, combined. They hurt that cause, progressive causes, women, people of color, by dismissing them. They're like, well, how could they win? They're not gonna, Johanna Hayes is not gonna win. I'm not gonna cover her. Ocasio-Cortez against Crowley, the beloved Crowley, to take so much money from Wall Street. Young Latina woman, no.
And I guess it was the Kavanaugh hearings that brought people out.
Yeah, I don't think we should overinterpret that.
Whatever the reason, whether it was Kavanaugh or something else, the right was motivated. There was huge turnout. Normally, if you told me yesterday that the talk of huge turnout would be true, I would have been like, okay, this is going to be a great day. But it is not a great day. It's an okay day.
Florida, the Democrats clearly could have won, and Gillum went into today with a 5-point lead in the polls.
7 and 20, yeah.
Which means that their base had more energy. Man, that is really bad. So, and I guess DeSantis and Trump with their anti-immigrant, anti-minority talk, that's super depressing, but it worked. It worked in Florida.
I don't disagree with that. I think that's unquestionably true.
DeSantis specifically ran a campaign that focused on how much he loves Trump. He can't, stop himself from filleting Trump. And so, like, the fact that people voted for that, it amazes me, right?
He's not that unpopular. I mean, his poll numbers, we have a tendency here, and other progressives do as well, and we find that worst poll number and we quote it. But he's like at 44%. No, he is.
He's at 42.
And then he was at 44 2 days ago in the Washington Post poll.
I saw him at 39. I saw him at 44. But overall, he's clearly at 42. 42% is the lowest that a president has gone into a midterm election ever.
Right, but there is
as long as there's been polling.
Right. Yes. Okay. Also, economy that 70% of people think is working. 70%. The economy is booming.
For the farmers in the middle of the country, soybean farmers, who have been affected by Trump's tariffs, they're not doing well.
Maybe he is immune to everything, and he will always be at 42, 43, or 44, or 41, or 39, or 45, where he's been.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
But I'm done predicting things about him. We don't know how to cover him. We don't know how to talk about him, and we don't know how to fight him politically.
I can't quite believe, this late date in the year 2018, I can't quite believe that there's that many voters in Florida that thought, yeah, I'm gonna vote for the guy who called the black candidate a monkey. I can't believe that. I can't believe it, but you gotta believe it just happened. But I get it, you're a Republican, you're a right winger, you like to punch yourself in the face economically, I got it, right? So you vote for Rick Scott. But you said, yeah, I'm okay with him calling black people monkeys. I'm all right. I want that guy to be my leader.
That is racist.
It is racism, and I don't care how much you cry. I just don't care.
Why do they get so hurt over getting called racist?
No, it's a bad thing. No.
It's a terrible thing. I don't understand. Like, you're racist. Just own it.
I think there's Ron DeSantis said here was he didn't call Andrew Gillum a monkey.
Yes, he did.
No, hold on, no. But I mean, this is. He said, "Don't monkey around." No, but
don't monkey this up.
Don't monkey this up. But also,
no. Wait, look, this is really important. Stop. Go get another profession. We're just telling you, stop it with the goddamn neutrality. So, oh my God, but what if the conservatives cry? So what?
Yeah, but
so what?
Right,
so what? If you're a reporter, you know why he said that. There is no phrase monkeying up something. He forced the word monkey into that sentence just on purpose to say monkey about Gillum. Now, if you're Neutral, you'll say, well, I can't prove it without a shadow of a doubt because I'm not inside his head, and the conservatives are going to cry, so I'll hide behind, I don't know, I can't tell. But if you're a real person, you know it, and every reporter knows that he said monkey on purpose. He forced it into that sentence because he wanted to excite his racist base. By the way, it worked, but when you didn't unequivocally call him a racist, and that it was a racist thing to say on purpose for a political reason, you didn't do your job, so you should go get another job where you can be neutral all day long.
Well, I have more sympathy for reporters. I was one for a very long time. And so what you would do is you would go, you'd go and you'd ask, you'd go to his people, you'd think you were being tough. And you'd go to his people, you go, that sounded racial at a minimum.
But I could say everything that you just said, like that whole, like I've been a reporter, I'm trained as a reporter, but then that's where we would split because I wouldn't think that.
I got you.
I've been called that, do you know what I mean? Like, but I would be forced to go and ask.
No, I'm not saying you're probably better. I had a problem being incredibly tough. You're supposed to be impartial as you seek the truth.
There's this fear of losing credibility.
That's right, and losing.
So there's this local show called Left, Right, and Center. During the Kavanaugh hearings, they had a Washington Post journalist come on to represent the left. She says, you don't like Kavanaugh because he's conservative, so why don't you just admit that you don't like him because he's conservative? I lost my mind. And there wasn't any backlash toward her. Because guess what? Liberals don't cry. Liberals don't turn, a molehill into a mountain. And that's the thing that drives me crazy. I don't know, maybe we should. Maybe we should turn into an outrage machine like the conservatives are.
So look, it's an extreme example, but I'm doing it on purpose because not to say, hey, Trump's about to put 13 million people in concentration camps. Would they have called Hitler anti-Semitic? I'm sure that's a coincidence. We are progressives. We're open and honest about that, but we wouldn't ever lie about a Republican and make up a story because that's not what we do because we actually care about the truth. Brian Kemp pointed a shotgun at a kid in one of his ads.
Yeah.
And two things, if you're gonna date one of my daughters.
Respect.
And?
A healthy appreciation for the Second Amendment, sir.
We're gonna get along just fine.
Brian Kemp for governor.
He was heavily armed, and they're like, Second Amendment, that's it. You pointed at that little kid and blow his head off. Black people have guns. Black Panthers! Yeah. Imagine if they had done a Stacey Abrams ad where she's pointing a shotgun at a kid. They would have been like, oh, Black Panthers, you're gonna kill the kid, what are you doing? And Brian Kemp's like, he's a shotgun. When it comes to black people, super scary, right? White people, they're awesome Americans. On the other hand, the right wing just shot and killed 11 people in a synagogue. And they say, oh, no, that's not fair. Wait. The right wing also had marched in Charlottesville and said the Jews will not replace us. And Donald Trump said there's good people on that side. Yep. No, it's fair. It's fair. You ought to have your head examined if you're voting for a Republican and you're in any of these ethnicities. They can't stand you.
But in the Trump administration, after the last 2 years of complete and utter disasters, like nonstop anxiety attacks from nonstop news updates about all the nonstop terrible things that he and the Republicans are doing, I'll take gridlock.
Yeah, that's a lot of racists that have won tonight. Steve King won, Duncan Hunter Jr. won, Ron DeSantis won, Kemp.
Voters were supposed to reject these types of
things. It takes us a while. I mean, even progressives, liberals, we have faith in like-minded voters, but they're also lazy. They also don't read. Everyone sees how bad it is, right? I don't have to do anything yet, do I? Because that's a lot of work. Yeah. It's like if you see a car accident, if you see somebody getting beat up on the street, mugged, you go, somebody should stop them.
The left is just bad at messaging. I hated that phrase, the future is female. What does that even mean? What does it mean that the future is female?
It means that women have suffered under an insane structure of discrimination, in many different ways,
John, but
and the future looks better.
What it messages and signals is that women want more rights than men.
That is intellectually the exact same position as, I don't like Black Lives Matter, why isn't it all lives matter?
That's not true.
Everybody.
John, I understand the meaning behind it. Okay?
No, I'm not saying you don't, but I'm saying
Hold on, listen to me for a second. Oh, these dangerous liberals with their socialism.
I have a call. I would like to be the first to welcome to Congress in the New York's 14th District, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, yay.
Yay, hit it.
That's pretty awesome.
Ben Shapiro responding to Democratic Socialist Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez after being accused of catcalling for challenging her to a debate.
You used the term the occupation of Palestine. What did you mean by that?
Like, what if you take out female and you put in other words? The future is Muslim.
Like, what does that mean?
So.
I have one quick update. Democrat Rashida Tlaib wins the race for House in Michigan's 13th district. She ran unopposed.
Okay, Rashida Tlaib, awesome. Justice Democrat, winner. Hit it. Another strong progressive, uncorrupted.
And history made.
And first Muslim American woman in the United States Congress. Congratulations to Rashida Tlaib.
Ilhan Omar apparently triumphed over Jennifer Zielinski.
Yes.
Nice.
The second Muslim American woman in Congress ever. Rashida Tlaib won, Ilhan Omar won. Both Justice Democrats, both deeply progressive and victors.
Can we get a little bit of Pitbull horns up in here?
Uno, dos, tres. It's a worldwide.
Why you'd want to be a politician? Like, I don't get it. I don't want to be anyone's bitch.
Man, this was a very mixed night. And if you remember, I said at the beginning of 2018, I have no idea what's going to happen in 2018. And they kind of lived up to it as we had a roller coaster night, a lot of wins, a lot of losses here. Well, if I was right about 2018, I said 2020 will kill them. So I hope that's true. 2020, I think we're going to kill them. And since we have tyt.com/sponsor as well, one of you guys can just buy 50 memberships and then give it away to folks. And that way you help the show. Although I'm sure that's a coincidence. No, it's not a coincidence. It's corruption defined.
Yep.